In terms of the chapters, perhaps I could just say, when I finished The Sexual Politics of Meat, I had been working on it for 15 years. And when it got published, I thought, well, now what am I going to do? But within weeks, people started sending me images. And in the original Sexual Politics of Meat, there were only 2 images. One showed a sexualized pig, and one showed on the cover a woman cut up as though she were a piece of meat. They're caricatures or cartoons, but the pig was actually posed, and one of the questions I posed was, is this pig drugged? Is this pig dead? Because of the way she's posed with underpants, very sexy underpants, and painted trotters. So people started sending me images, and I'd go, yeah, and then I'd go, oh, because I'd see another connection. And the Pornography of Meat is sort of the image-based discussion of the connections I saw, both the connections that apply to absent referent, feminized protein, anthropornography, but so many other connections too. So if your readers were interested in understanding why does women's oppression relate to, or how does it relate to animal oppression, they might want to look at a chapter like Animalizing Women, because a sort of brief soundbite might be that I'm arguing that women are animalized and animals are sexualized. Because Trump is back in power with vengeance and has appointed so many sexual exploiters to his administration, so that really it's an administration of rapists and sexual exploiters. People might be interested in my discussion of this from 2019 of Trump, which is called Grab 'em by the Pussy. I look too at how we sexualize young girls and then apply that to animals in a chapter on Venus and Lolita. And I've been interested in the issue of how we think about the hamburger and how that is a patriarchal thing, which is the patriarchal burger. And maybe I'll lift up the last chapter. I left the last chapter to artists to have the last word, because the other thing that happened with The Sexual Politics of Meat was immediately I began to hear from feminist artists who were thinking about or creating art around animals. And so, since this is an image-based book, I wanted the last images to be positive or resistance, and so I gave over the last chapter to artists. Because this is introducing ideas that show us that there is a lot of hostility in images. The other reason I wanted to end with resistance was so that people feel hope. We don't have to be overwhelmed by the fact that there is so much out there that is sort of woman hating and animal hating, but we need to understand it. It's like the wallpaper at least in Western culture, it's like the wallpaper, and you'll have to tell me whether it's the wallpaper for you all. I think conceptually there's still probably the concepts are there. How different cultures use images might be different, but as we encounter these images, it can feel overwhelming. So to have the sense that we're moving towards resistance, that we don't have to accept these images as acceptable in our culture, is really important to me.